What? You got on my nerves on this one. You're just staring at me blankly.
Okay. Welcome back to the podcast. Today we're talking about goals, dreams, and aspirations. I think I want to kind of target, I don't think we've done this. We haven't really talked about this in, I think, a while. So this will be a good, just kind of, we can talk about like a 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. What do you think, Laura?
Sure.
What you been up to?
Nothing much. I've been babysitting, so that's cool. Titan's getting really big. He's learned to use his jumpy, and he goes jumpy crazy.
Our young ones are getting older and older. It's weird to see them using their older brother's toys. Does that make sense?
More for clothes for me, and it's hand-me-downs. But yeah, give me that, because you have a problem with drinking it when you're doing something you're not even thirsty.
Truth. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this. Having a problem, Laura.
What?
Keep on stopping me.
Because you keep picking stuff up and then throwing it down. Like, just focus on the podcast.
That's how I talk. I talk with my hands.
But you don't have to pick up random things and then just throw it and then pick it up 5 seconds later and then do it again.
All right, so what did you, when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
A cook.
A cook?
Mm-hmm.
Like how early?
I don't know, maybe middle school. When I took my first cooking class.
What made you want to?
I'm good at it, and I like it.
So, do you still want to be a cook?
Hell no.
Why?
Because now I have to cook for little people 3+ times a day and be their snack bitch on top of that. Not for me.
So you didn't want to cook for like 100 people a day?
No.
For me, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a manga artist. You know what that is?
No.
Pretty much like drawing anime comics.
Oh gosh, okay.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I bet you did.
I definitely did. I was all in Barnes & Noble. They had like the
They used
how
to
to
get
draw
those,
anime.
like the book fairs, you know?
Uh-huh.
And they had those books that would teach you how to draw. I had a SpongeBob one. I still sucked at it though.
I tried drawing horses once upon a time ago, and it never worked out.
Was it for a girl? Because every girl in the South is obsessed with horses.
No, I don't think so.
I
don't think so. So, what was the second? When did you stop wanting to be a cook? Just like when?
When I had kids, I had to cook for.
So what's your dream now?
I want to be a high school history teacher.
Why?
Because when I was in high school, I had a history teacher that actually made me use my brain. And she made me think. And she opened my eyes in a different way that no one else ever really did. So, well, for me, it was the slavery issue. She taught us different things during Black History Month, not the same things that you learn over and over. And one of the things was when we became the New World and left Britain, we wanted to stay, we as an America, I guess I say we, the white America, wanted to stay as rich as they were before, but they couldn't do that without labor. And to do that, they had to pay nothing. So they needed indigent slaves. Indigent?
I don't know the word.
You don't know what an indigent slave is? People who came over from the Irish people. What were they from? Again, I'm bad at geography. I don't know. Irish people are not from Europe. You're worse than me.
Europe's a continent.
Yeah, but I don't think it was. Anyway, there was people who came here from Ireland, I'm guessing, right? Irish. Like, I don't know. Excuse me if I sound ignorant as shit. I really just suck at geography. But that was the thing in the North, like towards New York and stuff, is they had indentured slaves, servants, slaves, whatever, and they treated them like complete shit and paid. Their payment was they came here to do work for freedom. Mm-hmm. But by the time most of the people ended up dying before, because they were treated so horribly. But that's what the North did. The South had actual like slaves, people who they came here not working for freedom. Some did come as indentured servants. Again, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but most just were taken from their homeland and brought here for cheap labor so the rich can stay rich. And to me, or how she made me think was it really a race issue at first or a power issue? And to me, I saw it more as a power issue to begin with. And then when they start to retaliate, the white people were like, oh shit, now it's a race issue. Now it's more like, fuck that, I'm scared. You know,
you gotta do something about it.
Something like that.
I've never heard it explained that way. Well, so that's good.
I mean, it still kind of works that way when you really think about it. Like, it usually starts off as a power-hungry issue, and then it turns to a race issue or liberal-conservative issue, stuff like that. At least that's how I see it.
So, I guess a little bit more about what I wanted to do and what I kind of still, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing what I wanted to do kind of after I dropped out of college, when I was like, you know what, screw this, I'm just gonna go start over. But before I wanted to do fine art, then I learned about graphic design. I've kind of given this story before in one of the vlogs, so I won't like go too far in depth in it, but I always knew I wanted to do something in art, with art, and so pretty much became a graphic designer. If you haven't heard that story, just, you know, I'll link the vlog in this podcast so you can see that. Let's talk more about like our kids, our aspirations, and kind of where we want our family to be in the next like year or 5 years.
So, what do you mean, like the goals we have for?
Yeah, like our goals for like our life, and I think the biggest one that we have right now is getting a house.
Yeah, that's pretty high up there.
I wanted us to move into a tiny house previous.
Not happening.
But Laura wasn't having that. I was like, Laura, we can be like completely like non-debt free. And
you gotta pay off debt first.
Well, you can buy it in full and be like, bam, there it is.
Yeah, but we're still in debt regardless.
How?
Have you looked at our credit scores?
We have like $1,000 in debt or something, Laura.
We really don't.
Yeah.
That personal loan.
What personal loan?
That someone took out in your name all them years ago when you were like 18 or whatever. Remember that? We saw that on your credit score. Plus, my epidural was like fucking.
Okay, so the medical bill thing or whatever, I thought that's like covered under Medicaid.
Well, they didn't cover it, and you still have that personal loan for like $5,000-$10,000.
There's no way I have.
Yes, you do. How do you not remember when we were looking it up online or on Credit Karma, and you're like, I don't remember taking out a loan for that much money. It was a personal loan for like $5,000. We are already in debt.
We'll have to look that up, but.
You were supposed to dispute it years ago, and you never did.
See, now you're talking years ago. You don't remember years ago stuff.
Oh, your debt's my debt, so combined, we're many, many $1,000s in debt.
So what's going on, Laura?
Well, we're talking about the podcast.
You look irritated.
I look like I'm trying to get my nails clean, and it's a weird feeling. You ever got something stuck under your nail and then you can't get it out, and it just feels weird?
Yeah, I have. Where's the nail clippers at?
That's why I have a key. I can't. These are
A
fake.
key? That feels weird.
Here, let me see. You're supposed to stay on. Oh, your nails are too short. On topic. On topic.
I am on top, but I gotta address the
Okay.
present.
So for Eden, I want him to talk more fluently. I mean, you know, he had a serious speech delay, and he's only been talking for going on 2 years. And for someone who's only been really talking for about 2 years, he's doing hella good, but he still has room to go.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like because of his delay, I feel like where he's at is really good, but he's still,
He's not
technically,
where he should be. Yeah, and he's still, like, he gets excited when he's trying to tell you something, so he slurs his words together, and it's something that we're working on. His listening problem can be nipped in the butt, too. Like, when he gets overly excited and he's around other kids or whatever, he doesn't want to listen when you tell him no. He'll do it anyway. That's annoying.
Definitely a follower.
Yeah, he's definitely not a leader. King, on the other hand, though. Yeah. King is a leader. King is very strong-willed. My goal for him is to not end up in trouble one day because of that strong personality. He could go one of two ways. He can be a leader, be successful, be great, but it can be reversed and he can get in trouble, not be great, because usually it goes one of two ways.
Yeah, or be a bully. So
no, I refuse to raise a bully. That is not in my mind, because Mama will beat that ass. Titan, I don't know. I can't figure him out because he's only
it's
almost
so
6
hard
months
to
old.
tell
So.
when they're that young, but you can at least see visual similarities.
He likes to jump. I mean, he seems to be like really happy-go-lucky. He never really. I mean, he cries. He's like one of the calmest but most fussy baby ever. Does that make sense? Like, he's either really calm or really fussy. Sometimes both at the same time. I can't really explain it.
Nothing compared to King, Laura.
King was always fussy.
Oh God. All right, so like 1 year from now, like for real.
I don't know.
We
hard
need
for me
to
see
make.
far in the future.
Yeah, because
things change. Yeah, but I've learned that so many things. Get your elbow off me. I don't like elbows. After Sissy died, it's hard for me to see in the future anymore with anything. Like, it's like I want not to plan for something and then be disappointed. It's like we can plan to fly to Jamaica in a year and then I can get in a car wreck and die. And then you're sitting here like, damn, can't go to fucking Jamaica by myself. Already booked these goddamn tickets. What the fuck? Something like that. Like, you just, as quick as it comes, as quick as it goes. And that throws me off. Like, I was planning to see my sissy, towards the end of that year, like right after the summer ended. It was going to be a surprise trip because I hadn't seen her in like 4, 5, 6 years, and I knew I needed to see her. I needed to go home and visit my family, and then I get a call one day that she's not here anymore. So after she died, my whole outlook on life just kind of changed, and I'm just now figuring that out and dealing with the different outlook I have now. So bear with me.
Oh, I'm barren.
It's just how it is.
Yeah. So update on the Canada.
We haven't even
honeymoon.
talked about it since last week.
So we can talk about it for a couple of seconds.
That's not going to be talked about because I haven't even thought about it. Honestly, I completely forgot about it. That's something we have to sit down, look up online, and we have to find a sitter. Like, we actually have to plan that pretty intensively because I'm not just going to wing it in Canada. It's not like we're going to Charleston. We're going out of the country.
Yes.
Not winging it. And Canada's expensive as shit.
All right, so
actually, Pamela, who I was talking to on video chat the other day, her family's from Canada. We should talk to them about it.
It's pretty cool.
And she used to go all the time. I don't know, she still does.
All right,
Pamela, you still go to Canada? Hit a bitch up.
So it's still on the radar,
but we haven't decided yet.
So, okay, I'll jump a little bit into. I'm going to be 30 in a little under, 3-4 months? Something like that. I had a very, when I was 20, I was like, where do I want to be when I'm 30? Obviously, like a millionaire was on the list, but
Then you hit the real world.
well, I mean, everyone can like dream, whatever. But I think I really have hit a lot of the things that I've aimed for. When I first hit 20, I wanted to, start a family. I didn't know exactly when in my 20s I'd, start a family.
You wanted to have kids by the time you were 25. That's what you always told me.
Yeah, like the first one.
I'm pretty sure
which we had.
Eden was, because you're about to be 30, he's about to be 5. So you were about 25 when he was born.
I wanted to have like a steady job or whatever.
No job is necessarily.
No job is ever, it's like completely steady. You always have your ups and downs and things like that. But I wanted to have a job that was in my creative field, that I was getting paid like regularly, that I enjoyed the work, which I feel like I do that at New Human. I also, what else do I want to do?
Oopsie.
I was going to wake up the baby.
No, it's you.
I feel like I've hit quite a bit of milestones, as far as like, again, Laura.
My bad.
As far as like personal growth, but Laura and I talk about this, in our downtime, like, and when we had Eden, she kind of had to like take the backseat, because it's like one of those things.
What are you talking about? I still do.
I know I'm bringing up the subject of taking the backseat.
Been doing it for 5 years.
So tell me how we're gonna make that work.
I don't know how we're gonna get your elbow off of me. I hate elbows. They're fucking gross.
Stop dropping shit.
What the fuck does that do? Elbows. I see elbows so gross. People see feet.
Oh my god.
I see elbows. They're gross.
Whatever.
What were we talking about? Okay, Eden. I had Eden when I was 18. So I had him young. I always wanted to have kids young because my mom was 40 when she had me, and I'm like, old mom. I mean, I love mom and everything, but having an old mom comes with a lot of baggage when people find out how old your mom is, and the fact that she could, die.
Does that matter?
Yeah, it does. So, trust me, I got tormented for it. So, I always wanted to have kids young. I didn't expect to have this many by 23, but, whatever. Life happens. I kind of glad I didn't go to school right away because I don't want to be a cook anymore. So, changing paths now would be pretty shitty to do. But I dropped out of high school when I got pregnant just because I didn't want to deal with the drama or the backlash, and I was always sick, so I was that statistic. And I never went to get my GED because things always got in the way. I was too sick to go. We didn't have a car. We only had one car, and you had to go to work because you had to make the money. I didn't have a license. Then King came along, and we were shit broke, and I couldn't afford the GED test. And then again, with being homeless and you living in a different state and having the car, and then we got, back on our feet again. But by that time, I had 2 kids, and I couldn't afford daycare for 2 kids.
Yeah, and so it was always like the situation where
So I couldn't afford daycare for 2 kids. I thought about going back to high school when I was pregnant with King, and I actually did for a little bit, but life happened again, and no one there was on my mentality. I couldn't make any friends. It was fucking weird. I couldn't do it, so I left. Again, dropped out. And then we had Titan, and then that adds on to daycare costs, which is 3 kids. I know I can't afford that. Can't get Eden in Head Start. Can't get King in Head Start. So I feel stuck. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't just do GED from home. I have to pay for it. Possibly have to take classes. I damn sure know I'm going to take a science and math class. Those are my worst subjects. And I mean, shit, I've been in like the same math class since 8th, 9th grade. There's no getting around that. So I'm just in a position where I need someone who can babysit, but then there's the car. Will has to be in Brevard 4 days a week. That's an exact hour away from where we live. There won't be enough time in the day, even if I drive him to work and back and pick him up and back. It just wouldn't work until the kids have set childcare.
And which is expensive, or until they get into public, which, like, we've gone, we've talked about this a lot, but I want Laura to be able to express herself, be who she wants to be, and do what she wants. And it's just a weird situation sometimes when she's trying to better herself, trying to move forward, but what's the sacrifice for the family and what's most convenient isn't truly what's going to push her forward ahead. So how are we? Do we have a solution right now?
My plan is to figure something out by August, whatever, because Eden will be in kindergarten next year, and I don't want to wait any longer. It's something I've been wanting to do, and I'm sick of pushing it off. I need to do this. This is what I want to do. I absolutely hate being a stay-at-home mom. I don't get much adult interaction. I'm lonely. It's hard being home for 10 plus hours a day with 3 kids and no car.
To any other stay-at-home moms in a similar situation, let us know how you deal and what plans you have to make something happen. So I think the house thing, right? Like, bringing it back up. I feel like we could have been in a house.
Well, I tried to get you a Habitat house, but no, I wouldn't do that.
Well, I do, but it's one of those things. It's just so convenient to just pay the rent and just be about it. And it takes, you have to go on a waiting list and everything. I want us to get a house, but man, I gotta do that push to make it happen.
No matter what we do, we'll always have to do that.
I know.
So,
You just need to kick me in the ass and just, do it.
Like everything else?
Yeah, pretty much. So, next year, this time maybe?
I don't know. I hope to be in school in college maybe even, and finish my GED and start my journey to be a history teacher. That's really all I know. Not get pregnant because I'm done. Maybe have adopted a kid or something. Maybe a dog. I don't know. I don't really like dogs, especially puppies. So I hope that works, but we'll see. I don't want to set everything in stone until motions are put in place.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. Ideas are good, but the doing is what's more important. Well, let's go ahead and hit up some good old Q&A and kind of wrap this one up. Let's see. I got this book, babe. My Ultimate Bucket List. Let's see. I'm going to ask you if you do this, and maybe we'll do it. If you ever wanted to swim with dolphins,
hell no.
Would you do it?
Nope.
For real?
No, I smoke too much. I die.
Why?
They can take you underwater and shit. I smoke too much. I will die. And plus, dolphins rape people.
What?
Yeah, you should look it up. It's true.
I bet that's a 0.00001%.
We'll see.
Do you ever want to gamble in Las Vegas?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty good at gambling.
I don't
remember
know.
That one time we played strip poker and I won? I've never really played poker before.
Yeah, I do remember that. I'm going to pass this book to you.
Shower under a waterfall.
Be cold, but yeah, I'll do it.
Act in a porno. That gets around.
That gets around? I don't know about that gets around.
Explore cave.
Definitely. These are all one little yesy, no-ies, whatever.
What's the point?
So let's talk about like really quickly what October looks like. October and November.
I don't
And
know what November is going to be like, but
October.
I got some doctor's appointments. King turns 3 on the 14th.
King turns 3.
2 more weeks.
Yes.
3 years ago today, I was pregnant trying to beg for an induction. Like, no one's damn business. Being pregnant sucked. And that was a big ass baby. Man, that shit was so heavy. He had a big ass head too. I remember that.
Is there anything else? Halloween.
Yeah,
What are we gonna be for Halloween?
What
Didn't you say?
Wizard of Oz.
All right, yeah, we're doing Wizard of Oz. So, what are you guys going to be for Halloween?
Hopefully this Halloween we're trying to make up for last year when our car got fucking stolen. Fuck you, meth heads of Asheville.
God.
Because we live in Meth Head City.
Anyways, okay, so to kind of wrap this up, what aspirations do you guys have, like dreams and goals? What have you accomplished so far? What's stopping you from moving forward? Is it really just yourself, or like actual like things that blockades that are really, stopping your path? Tell us in the comments. Tell us a topic, all that good stuff, and let us know if you're listening.
Bye.
Bye.
God, what do you mean?
I gotta get the last word in. Bye, guys.